Maracy Reese Anderson once stated, "I am not a snitch," but they were going to beat up Toon, and I couldn't let that happen. Since Reese was enrolled in Progress Juvenile Facility, he has not known the difference between right and wrong, thus the reason he is in Progress in the first place. Now that Reese is in Progress, he has made good progress in his work release program, but somehow keeps messing things up. In Walter Dean Meyer's book, Lockdown, we look at a boy struggling to figure out the difference between right and wrong. He went around to the other side of the desk while Mr. Pugh cuffed me to the chair. Mr. Crinton shuffled through some papers and looked at me as if she was disgusted. What was I thinking? That if I went to an upstate facility, they were going to kill me. Then it would be better if they did it right away so I didn't have to look around my shoulder all the time. "We picked you," Mr. Crinton said, looking up at me. "We selected you for the work release program because you had a high IQ. You hadn't done anything violent, and you had a decent reading score. You sounded like you really needed a break, so we gave you one. So everybody on the board is going to be looking at the model for this work project and making a judgment? And you're here getting into fights? You really know how to screw things up, don't you?" "Sir, I'll break my back to make it up. I said I'll do anything. I'll work hard. I won't get in any more fights, and if somebody wants to hit me, I'll let him hit me. I swear it, sir. I swear." "Hey, you've already proven your word doesn't mean anything," Mr. Crinton said. "So why are you giving me that bull now?" "I'm giving you the only thing I know. I'm not a snitch, sir, but they were talking about offing Toon, and I didn't want that to happen." "Reese, well, maybe we were wrong about your IQ," Mr. Crinton said. "You're in here with boys who can steal, who can shoot each other, and who can kill. That's the kind of life you chose. And that's the life you got. And you're one of them now. So when you start running down with that bull about you couldn't let this happen, or you didn't let that happen, it doesn't mean a thing to me. You stole because you didn't want something to happen. Deepak, the kid you called Toon, isn't here because he couldn't behave. Tell me where I'm wrong, Reese. Please, tell me where I'm wrong." "You're not wrong, sir," I said. I was wrong, but what? I was just wrong. So I have a number of options. The first is to write up a report on the fight and give you a nice label. About how aggressive you are and violent. Cannot control your temper, maybe? Then I could send the report and have you transferred to an upstate facility. You ever been to one of those long-term facilities? In New York, they usually put them in nice areas upstate. It's pretty up there at this time of year. You can fight up there till your heart's content. They have a half dozen gangs, and you'll for sure be in one of them. And then you can get ready for your visit to Manhattan. You ready for that?" "What's the visit?" "That's when they send you back to the streets for a visit," Mr. Crinton said. "It's only a visit because they know you'll blow it again, and you'll be back in some facility. You're lucky you didn't get a longer sentence." "I can't have another chance?" I said. "I don't want to give you another chance, Mr. Anderson. But if I take away your chance, if I report this incident that our high IQ, non-violent, carefully selected choice has messed up, it's going to stop the work program in its tracks. Why should we fund this program, pay extra insurance, and pay extra hours, staff hours, if these African Americans are going to throw it away? They're going to look into my face and talk about recidivism and emotional instability and social understanding. But in their hearts, they're going to make it a lot simpler. They're going to be thinking that people like you don't deserve another chance. So I'm going to squelch this report, and I'm going to let Milano, the other kid, take the whole blame. Not for you, because I don't believe in little punks like you. But for the next kid who comes along and might actually deserve it. So you're going to continue in the program, Reese, but if you screw up again, you better send your soul right to God. Because your black butt will belong to me. And I'll be putting hurting on you. And I'm making myself clear? Am I making myself clear? Yes, sir. I'll find the worst facility in the state and send you there and warn them about you, he said. If I do, you'll be sorry for the rest of your survival. He pressed a button on the intercom and said, Mr. Pugh, get him out of here. Mr. Pugh uncuffed me. When I stood up, I almost fell down. My legs were shaking so bad. Mr. Pugh took me back to my quarters, told me to wash the floor. So I started with that.